Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to part 2 of my review of the original 1978 version of Piranha. And like I said, once again, I enjoy the original, you know. And leaving where I left off, where it's when the two main characters they escape from jail, you know, and they steal a police car. Then they start head towards the summer camp where her Bradford Dillman's daughter is at, you know, Paul Grogan. His daughter is at the summer camp, but before he calls the head counselor of the camp, you know, and he tells him there's piranhas, and he goes and hangs up on him because he thinks he's drunk, you know, won't listen to him. That's until later he realizes, you know, like before that is when Bradford Dillman and Heather Menzies are talking in the police car, like when Paul Grogan. He remembers that the salt water that was in that pond at the facility. He remembers that Kevin McCarthy's character, the Doctor. You know, he special engineered the piranhas, making both surviving fresh and saltwater, because piranhas are freshwater fish. You know, and he says, you know, thought it was strange at the time. Then I forgot all about it. You know. That's why they head downstream, you know. They think they'll get to the ocean. There'll be no way to contain them. They'll be able to swim up every river system in the country, you know. So they're driving towards the camp, and then while the kids are playing like this relay game in the water, you know, they get attacked by piranhas, you know. They're all getting attacked, and Paul's daughter goes in the rest and gets one of the two female counselors are getting attacked. They're all on the single inflatable what was the thing? The inflatable tube, you know, yeah. One gets in the boat, but the other woman that was kind of like the girl's friend, though, but she dies, and you see her sink to the bottom of the river, you know, with the piranhas, you know. And then that's when Paul gets there, you know, and you see one of the kids died because of the leader, the main council, you know, has a body covered with a blanket, you know. One of the kids died. So, and then Maggie tries to call Dick Miller, who's by the name of Buck, who owns this resort, you know. This it was called a resort, you know. But you get what I'm saying. But he calls them that there's a school of piranha heading this way, but he goes and hangs up with them and won't listen to her either. So, and like when we're at the resort, like there's some scuba divers that go down scuba diving. While the others swim away, one diver gets attacked, and one guy is out water skiing with two girls. You know, he's water skiing. He sees the body there, and he's trying to tell him, but they can't hear him. You know, like one point tells him to slow down or speed up. You know, and then there's one boat. You know, almost collides with the skier, but he falls off, and then one boat collides with another boat, causing it to explode. And then the piranhas start attacking all the guests, you know, one by one, you know, attacking them from everywhere, you know. And then the assistant to Buck, Dick Miller, is like it's like he's on the phone. He's like, I'm on the phone. It's like, so it's like tries to like whisper into him. He's like, piranha. He's like, I thought I told you never to say that word. But the piranha. What about the goddamn piranhas? They're eating the guests, sir. So everyone's getting attacked, you know, and the colonel and the female doctor, you know, they're on this kind of like this boat where it has like I forget what it is though, but like everyone's swimming towards it, you know, when everyone's piling on, you know, and the waxman is kicking people off because it's putting too much weight, and they'll tip tipping the boat over. He's like pushing people off. And he's like, get off, you know. And then he ends up falling into the water, and he dies, you know. And the doctor, like kind of like sort of like emotion system, doesn't like, okay, you died, you know. But so and then Bradford Dillman and Heather Menzies, they arrive there, and they get a boat, and tells them that he tells her that there's like this smelting plant or something, you know, like he says smelting, you know. Yeah, so like he's like go in this control, he'll release all this stuff into the water, and it is hopefully it's a toxic waste, I think. And he said that should be enough to kill him, you know. But they get there and find out that the control panels is underwater, so he ties a rope to him and tells Heather Menzies to count to 100, then pull him out of there, you know. So he dives in, gets in there, and starts struggling to pull the wheel, you know, to the lever to release the stuff, and he's getting attacked, you know, but even though he's getting bit on, you know, he's getting bite, whatever, you know, he managed to turn the wheel all the way over, releasing stuff, and then he gets pulled out as soon as she gets to 100, you know. Then she starts pulling the rope, and then there's nothing there, thinking he's gone though. But you see his hand pop out, and he gets him out, and his daughter is there at the place, and there's all a bunch of injured and dead bodies, you know, and she's there, and he sees her father with the Maggie there. He's like kind of like, you can see he's alive though, but he's like kind of like in a, like, not, I guess like traumatized, I think it is, you know, because he's like this, you know, his eyes barely open, you know, trying to get her. Maggie's trying to get him to take some of the alcohol he has with him, you know. And then that's when the doctor's managers is given a statement, you know, to a reporter telling the existence of piranha, you know, saying that well, they're freshwater fish. There's no way they'll survive, you know, in salt water, and this is where where shows they're being on the radio, a guy walking on the beach, and she says there's nothing left to fear, and then you zooms in on the waves of the beach, and you hear the noise, the sounds of the piranhas, you know, and that's when it shows the title Piranha, and then the movie ends, you know. So I enjoy the original Piranha. Bradford Dillman, Heather Menzies, and Kevin McCarthy, they were good, you know. Kevin McCarthy I liked, you know, when trying to make him believe about this piranha story, you know, he was experimenting with, you know. So he was good, and so was Bradford Dillman, Heather Menzies. They were good, you know. I like the special effects of the piranhas. They looked pretty good, you know. The score though was pretty decent, you know, like especially when there was this certain moment in the score that I liked, you know, but I can't explain it though. And this film was on for 95. It's on for 95 minutes, you know, but maybe a couple parts that dragged on just a bit though, but the rest went more faster paced though. But there was like a couple little bits here and there I thought dragged on, but didn't bother me whatsoever, you know. And like I said, it was a low budget film, you know. Like it said, looking it up, it said like well, is it just to show the budget anywhere else except for Wikipedia, you know. But I know Wikipedia can be wrong sometimes, you know. But I just had to deal with it as it is, you know. So reading up, it says it has like a $770,000 budget and made like $6 million in the U.S., you know. So for that low budget and that much, so it was a hit. You know, okay, so at least it was a hit, you know. And then after this, it spawned a sequel that was released in 1981 called Piranha 2: The Spawning. That's the film that's where the piranhas are able to fly, you know. And that was the first film that was directed by James Cameron. Well, originally there were. Well, I'm not gonna review Piranha because I don't have the film though, but I know about it though. But probably, well, that's why I want to review because I don't have the film, you know. But I know that there was an original director. I forget who the name was, but he left it. Then James Cameron stepped in. You know, he was also there to be do the effects, I think, and he stepped in as a director, you know. And I know in the film that Lance Henriksen, he was in it, you know. But they're also saying, like he said on 60 Minutes, that James Cameron called it the best flying piranha movie ever. I think he said that was. So yeah. But of course, I don't think he's never spoken that since, though. But because he's been, you know, Avatar and everything, you know, he's working on the Avatar sequels, you know. But yeah, that's the little thing about Piranha 2, The Spawning, you know. And then like I said, then 1995 came out with a television remake of it, you know, which I haven't seen, you know, but it's basically the same. They made it's the same thing as the original here, but then the remake came out in 2010. That's completely different, you know. Which that's the next time I'll get to. I'll review the 2010 remake, you know. So yeah, I enjoyed the original Piranha. Directing, the writing, actors, score, the minutes. I liked about it. I liked as the cast did fine. It worked for me, especially the effects of the piranha. You know, classic of the killer fish films. You know, even though it was cited as one of the Jaws ripoffs. I don't think so. You know. Of course, if you do a killer fish film, of course, we could be like a rip-off of Jaws, you know. Not everything can be a complete rip-off. Well, Grizzly, yes, I like Grizzly, even though it is like a real rip-off of Jaws with the similar stuff they have in it, you know, that's referencing of Jaws, though. But I enjoyed Grizzly. The three main actors were fine, you know, and like I said, just check out my review of those, you know, part 1 and part 2 of it. But yes, as another one of the Jaws ripoffs, yeah, for a B movie, as call it another B movie, you know, I enjoyed it. So that's all I can say, you know. So that's my review for the original 1978 Piranha from 1978, directed by Joe Dante. So that's it, and then the next time I'll get to I'll do the 2010 remake of this. So. Thanks for watching, take care, and stay tuned for the next movie review. Later.